Still going out here, getting close to the Strait. Just quick stop at Balladonia and refueled the Hilux.
Got a copy there, mate. I got one at 4 metres.
How much space do they need?
Just on the edge of the black will be great, thanks, mate.
Roger, thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, so we're just out here getting near the Strait. We stopped in a Balladonia and put a splash of fuel in the Hilux because I've got the diesel tank up on the back, and Hilux has got a very small fuel tank. That's one thing I will look at one day, is putting a long range tank in it, and yeah, that would make life a bit easier. But like I've said in the past, we throw that tank on the trailer, it takes 1,000 litres, and yeah, if we pay, you know, well, last time we did it, we averaged out 40 cents or 30 cents a litre cheaper for that 1,000 litres, buying it at the cheap shop in Perth, as opposed to buying it out here. If we had every time we stopped at a roadhouse here, we had to put fuel in at $2 or $2.20 in some places per litre. It added up to decent savings. Although the mess it leaves sometimes only takes a little bit of fuel to dribble out, and it goes a long way. And sometimes I think the mess it leaves isn't worth the savings. I'd rather have everything clean than save that little bit of money. But no, it does make sense. So it's warm. Every time I stop now.
Hi, westbound, one at 4 metres.
Copy.
Thank you.
Every time I stop now, I'm checking bearings and temperatures and axles, make sure all the axles are all still in place. After our little adventure in the last video, as you saw, we had an axle come adrift, and it wasn't fun times. And yeah, being 44 degrees when we were trying to put it back together was yeah, it didn't help things at all. But never mind. So like I said, we're getting close to the 90 mile. I actually thought we were just coming up to it, that's why I picked the camera up. But I will grab it again in a minute. And here we are, one more corner to go before we hit the 90 mile straight. I just asked Liz if she wanted another photo here last time, I think, or the time before we stopped and got a photo here. But I think we'll be okay to keep going. I've got a couple here now with the tow trucks and that over the years pulling up here. There it is, the 90 mile straight. Australia's longest straight road, 146.6 kilometres. Alright, I'm not going to film all this because there is nothing that is going to happen. Well, good morning everybody. Sunday morning, out here near Mundrabilla. At the other side of Mundrabilla, gone through, we are heading for Eucla this morning. We camped out here last night, some people still sleeping over there in a tent. So yeah, we're going to cross the border into South Australia this morning and make our way across. We'll hopefully get to Port Augusta or somewhere tonight. Yeah, Liz is just getting set up, ready to go. And yeah, I haven't filmed much, there hasn't been much to film. It's been plain sailing since our little incident with the axle. Since our little incident with the axle, it's been plain sailing. So it's all still there. I've got all our axles and they're all pointing in the right direction. So yes, right, let's make some noise and wake up those poor people sleeping in their tent. Righto. Just approaching the South Australian border. Now, the few times I have gone through here while I've had while I've been making YouTube films, I always forget. I get through the other side and then pick the camera up and go, oh, you missed the border. But this time I've remembered, so yeah, it's pretty straightforward coming through this way, because all we do is drive on through. Coming back the other way, we get stopped, and especially seeing as I'll have agricultural machinery on, I'll fill in an import form basically and declare a declaration to say that the machine's clean, it'll be brand new, so there'll be no dramas there. They will inspect it. They've got the right to go through the cab. They generally leave us truck drivers alone, because I mean, pretty safe thinking that most drivers haven't got fruit in there, fruit and veggies. So they will, got the right to look through the cab, look through our fridges, whatever. But they'll check the machinery over to make sure there's no grains or seeds or anything on it. And if there is, they will order us to quarantine cleaners. So quite often, if we know that the machine's second-hand, has already been in the farm or whatever, we'll have it booked in somewhere, or the importer, the person that we're working for, will have it booked in somewhere. And you put all that on the form. I email them through so they've got it the day or so before I get there. And that way it saves a bit of time. But as I say, I'll be brand new coming back through, so I should sail straight on through to the other side. So there's the roadhouse over there. All the wide loads getting ready to go. I was going to stop and shower, coffee, but Nullabore's another couple of hours. We'll stop out there. It'll still be busy, but yeah, righto, that's it. We are now in South Australia. There's not much change. The road gets a little bit narrower now for a while, making it a bit more challenging, but it's okay. We'll handle it. I've just left Nullarbor Roadhouse and just had a breakfast pie. And you might be thinking, what's a breakfast pie? Well, that's just a normal pie, but I ate it at breakfast time. Anyway, it was a pretty good pie. I got pastry all over the cab, but and I shut the truck off while I went and had a shower and a cup of coffee and my breakfast pie. And I've started it again, and now the air conditioning's not working again. So it was working this morning, and now it's gone again, and it's just to the point. I tell you, this truck, I've had, I think, 4 different people fix the air conditioner, and still doesn't work. It's just useless. It's honestly the worst feature of this truck is the air conditioner. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I've got, we're only halfway across. Well, we're only just Nullarbor Roadhouse, so still got bloody 6,000 k's, 5,500 k's of this trip to go, and it's really starting to piss me off, I tell you. But never mind, I'll find someone that can fix an air conditioner. I don't pretend to know anything about them. I'm not touching it myself, because that's actually, I haven't got a clue. So the last guy looked at it and said it's strange. He goes, it's blowing cold air, but it's not creating any pressure, it's creating a vacuum. And he goes, it should be pressurised, and he couldn't figure it out. He says, oh, it's something behind the dash. And I said, well, get amongst it, it's got to be right. And he said, oh, well, it's working, so we'll just leave it. But it's not right. It's, anyway, I'm tired, I'm moaning, and we're just travelling. There's nothing much to see out here. There's been a surprising amount of traffic this morning, but at the moment it's quiet, so hoping to make Port Augusta tonight, so that'll be good if we make it that far.
So westbound, 1 at 4 metres.
We're on 8 hours.
Thanks, mate.
Most of these blokes are pretty good. We can fit if we just sit right on the edge. Both of us move right to the edge of the black, but some of them drive off and just, they don't slow down. They just swerve at the last minute and shower me with rocks, and I have to be careful not to swear while the camera's running, but it's a bit frustrating. There is room. I'm only 4 metres. I think the advantage is with doing this, the deck widener, the axles don't widen as well. It's just the top deck of the trailer goes. We made it. both of us stayed on the black, is that I'm standard width at the wheel, so I can pull right over to the edge of the black, and that means the load is only just on the centre line. So if he does the same on his side,
copy in the caravan there. I've got one at 4 metres.
there's heaps of room. So So I wonder how long. Leslie's been calling that 4 metres now for 3 days, I think, with counting our breakdown. So yeah, she's got another couple of days of calling. 1 at 4 metres, 1 at 4 metres. Yeah, she's doing well. She'll be saying in her sleep. It's handy when caravans do have a radio, but I completely understand them not having a radio, because who would want to listen to truck drivers all day? But anyway, we'll keep on going. I thought I'd better pick the camera up, just because I haven't done anything today. Nothing has happened. We've driven and we've driven and we've driven. We're going to be just under 1,000 kilometres by the time we get into Port Augusta. We've got I've got an hour left on my clock, an hour left in my logbook, and it's saying we're 48 minutes from Port Augusta. So yep, we'll do it just nicely. And that's, so today we've gone from we're out near Mundrabilla, so between Mundrabilla and Eucla, and we've gone from there to the gutter to Port Augusta. And that's a big enough day. It's just been steady, no issues, no dramas. The roads have been pretty busy, but not a lot's happened. So I'm just coming up on Iron Knob. There is just, there's nothing to report. So easy day. I'm going to stop it at Port Augusta. Probably stop at one of the roadhouses just so we got access to showers. We showered this morning at Nullarbor Roadhouse. Quick shower on the way through, just so at least I've had one for the day if we don't get anywhere tonight. But I think we'll be comfortably in Port Augusta. Preferably wouldn't sleep at a roadhouse. It can be a bit noisy, but I think we will tonight. Just it's going to work out that way. It's either that or we stop short of town and pull up. But I think we need to make as much ground as we can. So tomorrow's the 27th of January, which is public holiday, so we can't get unloaded. But I want to try and get into Melbourne tomorrow night anyway. But it's another 1,000 kilometres, so that's another big day tomorrow. Another big day. So, all right, that's what's happening. So I come through here a couple of years ago. I come over to Queensland to pick up a brand new float for a mate. The one I moved the grader on, the big one, picture here. I brought a couple of side tippers over as part of the job. Drove my mate's truck because mine was off the road, and picked up his float and come back. And I was coming out of Port Augusta. Had an hour or so left on my book, and I thought, I won't stop in the gutter. I'll keep going and make a mile. And I come to Iron Knob here, and I've always driven past it lots of times, and I see the sign, the blue signs they have out in front of these towns, to turn in, and it's got we'll show you, it's just up here, I think. There has there's a picture of toilets, and the coffee cup and the knife and fork, and I think it might have had a bed. Here it is up here. We'll have a look, see what it's got on the sign. Knob. It hasn't got much on this one, but the other one, the bigger sign, had that's got toilets, motel, hotel information. But anyway, it had a picture of a tree, like the picnic area, and that was the only part of the sign that wasn't a lie. There's nothing there. There's no toilets, there's no food, there's no coffee, but there was some trees. So yeah, I haven't stopped there since, and I won't stop there again. So that's Iron Knob. But now we're out on the flat, heading towards Port Augusta. Good morning, everybody. We made it to Port Augusta last night. We had a little bit of daylight left, which I think we might struggle to get into Melbourne tonight. So not being familiar with Melbourne at all, yeah, it's always a bit nerve-wracking when you come in there wide and high and heavy, and yeah, you need to be off the road before dark. So we'll figure something out. Had a bit of a nosy, but because we leave here Port Augusta and then we go down the OD route, it takes a bit more time than just go on the most direct route. So we may not even get within spitting distance of Melbourne tonight, but that's okay. We'll just do what we can. And tomorrow's another day. Public holiday today anyway, so even if we didn't have the issues with the trailer that we had in the first video, we would have ended up there on public holiday and not been able to be unloaded till Tuesday anyway. But alright, well, let's get going. I see the pilot car's running, so it's time to hit the road.
You going first?
Yeah, might as well. I think it's only for like longer or so. I hope that sky's showing up because that's pretty cool. That's all the smoke haze from the fires. And it's been a hell of a day. The roads have been absolutely terrible. There's been a lot of cussing, a lot of swearing, and we've still got 188 kilometres to go. We're going to go into Melbourne, unload this machine, load the next one on, and then come back out and park up somewhere and get out of the truck for a night. I'll go and see my son and my new granddaughter, and we're just going to go and stay in a motel so we don't have to listen to that ice pack for at least one night on this trip anyway. And then we'll start fresh again on Wednesday afternoon without all the swearing. It'll be a nice cruisy trip. Alright, hopefully there's showers here at the Ampol Ararat, but we will find out. I was worried there was no other trucks here when we pulled in, but now there is, so I sort of thought that, you know, if it's a sign if there's no other trucks here, it's a sign that it may be not the best roadhouse, but there's another 3 pulled in now. So, right, I'm going to go and have some dinner and a shower. Say bye.